What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a little bit of a delay. Hope everybody's had good holidays and had a great Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, and hope you're having a good lead into the new year. But this is Scott and AJ back at you with It's Always Golf O'Clock, episode 23, last one for 2024. We're going to see what 2025 is going to bring. So we got some things for you leading into 2025, and I'll kind of let AJ start off with this, kind of talking about our golf goals for 2025. So go ahead, man.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, good. It's good to get back on here. We had people
It
sick,
is
busy holidays, just things
crazy
got in the
holidays.
way.
Crazy holidays. Did you have a
So,
good? Did you have a good Christmas?
oh yeah, it was good. It was part of it was interesting, thanks to in-laws, but
Oh yeah, no, I know how
yeah,
that is, but
that's a
no,
side
good, good.
conversation. Yeah. Other than
And
that,
a special shout out to Fred Jean, Scott's dad, out in Kansas City. Thanks for watching, Fred. We appreciate it, buddy.
yeah,
We really
yeah.
do.
Who said?
He says we got a great podcast.
Yeah. Actually, he said the opposite, which is
Yeah,
funny. But you know what?
but
The most important
wait,
thing means he's watching.
hey,
If you're
wait till you
watching
see.
and you think this sucks, comment below. If you think it's great, comment below. We don't care.
Wait
We're
till you
just
see the
two
special
guys that
gift.
we're
Wait
just
till
two guys that love golf that are having fun.
Yeah, wait till Fred sees the special gift we're gonna get him for the for the Villages golf trip 2025.
Right,
I got something in store for him, so it's gonna be really cool.
right, right. Well, we're
So
gonna tell him to watch this one. So
recap 2024. Pretty good golf year for me. I for both of us really. I think we had a decent year.
yep.
Um, I'm gonna give you a couple breakdowns of my year. I love keeping stats. I'm a big stats guy. I want to see what I'm doing and see
I
where.
need to do I need to do a better job of that in 2025. That should be one of my goals. There we go. We're gonna put that
So,
down.
so one of my goals that I had for 2024 was I wanted to break 75. I hit I got 75 a couple times the year before. I shot 75 3 times this year. Never broke it. So I was a little disappointed in that. So, um, that was one of my goals, but I didn't get it. I had an 81.6 average this year. So really good average. I'm really pumped up about that. I played well. I played 33 rounds of golf this year. So a little down. I wanted to be a little bit more, but that's a really good 2024. Played some really good golf. We played some great courses, but so we're gonna talk a little bit about our 2024 goals that we had that I just went through mine. Scott, you can go through yours here in a second, and then we'll hit some of our best courses we played in 2024, and then we'll move on to what we're looking to do for 2025. So, Scott, what were some of your goals that you had this year that you felt like you could improve on, or did it?
Well,
Or what? What do you think?
I didn't really write down any golf goals for 2024, but the key is improving on the short game. That's the biggest.
Mm. I thought you played better. I thought you
Yeah,
got
oh, yeah,
better with it.
well, especially towards the end, and
Yeah.
I didn't have we didn't have the chunks at the villages like I did in the short game of 2023. But um so yeah, I got to really get better. I'll talk about my goals here in a second, or I can go ahead and start with them if you want me to. But yeah, I mean, the short game is what's going to help me out a lot. Not really putting. I'm not. You know me. I putt pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah, you're a decent putter.
It's more 150 yards and in, or your close pitch shots. Really, the chip shots. Nah, I don't struggle at as much. It's more your chip shots. Your 20, 30 yards. You got to I shank a lot to the right sometimes when I'm having a bad day, right? But lately I've been playing a lot better. So we'll see how
Yeah.
Wednesday goes, which we'll talk about that round here towards the end. But
So
anyways,
before we hit that, let's hit 2024's best courses that we played this year. You got three. You have three that you if you go one, we'll go back and forth and see if we have any of them on the same and different. You go first one. What
all right.
what was number three
I
for you?
did number
Or
three. Well, I didn't really I need to think about this more, but just off the top of my head right
well, give me
now,
one. Just give me one of them.
one of them right now that I'm going to do a new one that I hadn't played that you haven't even played with me yet, but I played with my dad that I really liked. Was Sapona Ridge,
Mm.
owned by
It's out in
Richard.
Kansas City, right?
No, that's here in
Oh, here. Oh, the
Lexington.
one down in Lexington, right?
Yeah,
Lexington. Yeah.
with Richard Childress owns it. The clubhouse isn't anything spectacular, but I really like the course. The course was laid out really good. I would definitely go play that one again. I'm not saying it's the best course. I'm just saying that's one of the better, newer ones not newer courses, but one of the newer to me that I haven't played before. So I really like that one. I'll get into my others
Yeah, yeah.
after
So
you.
I'll give you one of mine. I'll give you one of mine here. And the way I looked at these is I looked at overall layout, the way I if I really like the layout, and then how it was in shape. I really am a big I like golf. I like golf courses that are in really good shape. Greens are fast. Um, they play fair, but they give us a challenge too. So, but I love like manicured fairways, great sand, great greens. The first one that kind of pops off my list right here is down at the Villages, the Palmer Legends that we play down there. We were able to go down to the Villages we play every year, and that was the first time we played the Palmer Legends, and I really enjoyed that course. I didn't play well on the front. You were actually kicking my butt on the front. But I was able to come back on the back and play a really good back nine. But that course was really pretty. It was around Lake Sumter down there. And if you can ever get down to the Villages and play some golf, any of those courses are really, really good. But the one that really stood out that we played down in the Villages was the Palmer Legends.
Yep. I'll get to that one because that was on my list, but
Oh,
that
there
was
you go. They jump right into it. Talk
all
about it.
right.
What'd you think?
Yeah, that was actually number one on my list.
There you go.
It helped that I probably had one of my best rounds of the year, except for number 18. I would have probably shot, I might have shot like an 85
Yeah,
actually.
I may have even broken
'Cause I
85, I
think,
think. I think you're right
yeah,
on it.
because I had an 88 and I had an 8 on 18 because I went in the rough and then
Yep.
missed a chip up the hill to the green. That was on hole 18, or I would have, yeah, I would have been, because like you said, I was on fire on the front nine. But yeah, I would have had it probably right at an 85 or an 84.
Yeah.
So that was probably my best course or experience. Like you said, it was in great shape. It's along the lake, kind of a peninsula. There's like
Hmm.
three holes that are together. The Villages is great, and that's my number one overall
Nice.
golf experience. That's my number one golf course that I played this year. But I think I'm gonna do a different separate YouTube video for this on my own of like my top five experiences slash golf courses
Yeah.
per year. But
I like it.
that one's up there. The Villages trip's always number one. So
Yep. So you have Sapona Ridge right now and
as
Palmer Legends are
three.
two of those. So I got
Yeah,
mine.
but Palmer Legends is actually number one on my
Number
course.
one, yes.
You
You're gonna have
mentioned
to
it.
think of another one.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so my number two this year, my number two course that we played this year was another course that we played down in Florida. Wasn't at the Villages, but was the TPC at Tampa Bay.
mhm.
Um, that course, we played it on a 36 hole day, so it was our second 18 hole. So we were exhausted by the back nine. But another course that was in immaculate shape. And we pretty much had the course to ourselves that day, which was really nice in the afternoon. It was a little warm out there, a little sticky, but um, really nice. I mean, I think those were probably the best
Great.
greens. If I were to say pick one set of greens that I liked the best and were in the best shape, I think those greens were the best. They were fast, they ran true. But I really like the TPC Tampa Bay, and we had a good time out there.
Yeah, I'll kind of agree with you on that. I forgot about that one. That wasn't in my top three, but it's definitely up there. The only reason I probably wouldn't put it up there is A, I played horrible, but we were kind of hungover. That was the last 36.
Hungover and exhausted.
It was hot.
It was really hot.
It was over 100
Yeah,
for
rough
both
stuff.
rounds. But it's probably one of the top five courses of the year for me. If not the top as far as condition, because it was in immaculate shape. It was super tough though. That's why I'd not put it up there right now because it was pretty tough.
It was a hard course. It was a
You
really
had
hard.
stand in front of every hole. You had to literally place your shot like perfectly on almost every hole. I didn't even. I'll be honest. I didn't shoot on 100. That
I felt like the back nine, there was water on every single
yes,
hole where I was like, where did,
right.
you didn't even know where
But
it came out of.
check it out if you're in the Tampa area and you get a good deal.
Great course.
Definitely play it.
Yeah.
It's more of an experience than you don't expect to go out there unless you're a super super good golfer. Don't expect to go out there to shoot low. Just go out there for the experience and enjoy the
Yeah.
time with
Agree.
friends and family. But my number two course on my list is probably the one we played the coldest round of the year that we played before Thanksgiving is Bayonet at Puppy Creek. I really like
Yeah.
that course. That was good. I would say it's also up there with Highland. I put Bayonet probably above Highland just because Bayonet overall experience, the clubhouse is a lot better, the amenities are better. Highland needs to put some work in their clubhouse, but other than that, the course is great and everything. I definitely go back and play both, but I really like Bayonet at Puppy Creek, and I'd like to play that when it's warmer
Yeah.
and can enjoy the weather a little bit better because it was sunny but freezing cold and windy as heck.
It
So
was
that
cold.
was my top three for the year are Arnold Palmer Legends at the Village is number one, Bayonet at Puppy Creek number two, and then Sapona Ridge number three.
You know, I really like Bayonet at Puppet Creek. I thought that was a really good course that we played. It is a little further outside of Pinehurst, but when we get, it was the first day we played, so we had a little bit of time to get down there, and it was a really nice course. And for when we played it, right, like just before Thanksgiving, it was in really good shape. That was one thing I was impressed with how good a shape it was. But that one didn't crack my top three because my number one course that I played, I got a real treat. You didn't play this one with me. I got to play the Old Town Club in Winston-Salem in later in spring and late spring, early summer this year. And it's a top 50 course in the nation, like overall course, not just public course. This is a private course. It was an absolute treat. It was done by the Reynolds Group and everything like that, and then it was a private course for the people in the tobacco realm back in the early 1900s and stuff like that. It is really exclusive, and yeah, obviously have to know somebody to get on. And I was lucky enough to know a member that was able to take us out there, and we were able to play. But it was an experience. It was unbelievable. The course is in immaculate shape. And it was a really cool layout, and we walked it, and it was a lot of fun, and it kind of felt like old world golf. And like you know me, I'm a big nostalgia. I like the Donald
Yep.
Ross stuff. I like that old rules, that old kind of stuff. And this was a real treat. So we had a really good time out there. So my three, number one course, Old Town Club in Winston-Salem, unbelievable place. TPC, Tampa Bay, number two, and the Palmer Legends, number three.
Yep. I will throw this in. I did get a chance to play out in Utah. So I think my
Yeah,
best out of state experience this year was out in Utah. I wouldn't say it was the best course I played all year. But the scenery was great, being the mountains in the back
mountains, yeah.
and stuff, the elevation change and everything. Played okay. Didn't play with my clubs. We rented clubs, so but it was awesome. It was awesome just playing out there. So that was
Think about your 2024. You played the Villages. We went to the Villages, right, down in
right.
Florida. You were out in Utah playing Utah, and then we had a Pinehurst trip. That's a
Right.
pretty good
And
good
that
little
just
threesome right
counts
there.
the ones that I remember right now off the top of my head, because I'm sure we played a few down in South Carolina, and uh who knows where else too. I think we might have went up in Virginia once. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't remember for sure. But
but it was a
anyways,
good year of golf. Good year of golf.
yes. All right, so let's on to the next one. Why don't you start
Oh,
off with what our
yeah.
2025 goal?
So I got three big goals here that I want to do, and the first one is I want to play at least 40 rounds of golf. That's 40 18-hole rounds of golf. If you play a nine, you put nine and nine together, get 18 holes in. Play 40 rounds of golf is my number one. What is one of my number one goals here? Stuff. I want to get out there and play, man, and that's important to do it.
Yep. Yeah, my number one, I want to have at least one round under 85. I was super close this year. If I wouldn't have had that eight on a hole 18 at Palmer Legends, I was probably right there. So
Yeah.
that's my number one. I know I was supposed to have three, but I got five. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. Well, I got four, so that's even better.
Yep.
So, the second goal for me, I'm gonna mix them up a little bit here, but why you talked about breaking 85, mine is to break 75. Like I think I had a couple opportunities this year, where I played really well. Old home place kind of kicks into mind. The last round we played, I was right there with that one, and I didn't play that well at the Villages this year, and you can really score at the Villages if you've ever been down there. Wide open stuff, so
You can
fairways.
score, but it can also eat you up
It
too.
can eat you up, but if you're playing decent, you can play really good down there. And I think I shot three rounds at 80 there, and I didn't break 80 there. And one was like an 81, three at 80, one at 84, something like that. So my goal, I want to be like 2 years ago when we went down there, I was really peaking. I was really playing good golf at the Villages, and when we went down there, I mean, I think I shot three or four rounds in the 70s, and two of them
One
were
at
75.
one after a
One after I flipped the golf cart. That was probably the
tricky.
best round I've played in my entire life.
That was in the
Um, but
70s.
uh, but yeah, so goal is to break 75 this year. I think I have some opportunities I'm gonna be able to do that. So that's my goal with that one.
Yep. Yeah, my second goal is I want to have at least 5+ rounds in the 80s.
Yeah.
Uh, that's 18 holes, not 9 holes. So,
You gotta
so that's
clarify that, huh?
that's my number two. So,
Good.
Yep.
All right, my third goal here is to get an average. My average, like I said, was 81.6 for 2024. I want to get an average of 80.0. So want to be right around 80. I want to drop it by a stroke and a half for my average throughout the year. It's going to be tough to do that, but I think I can do that. Right now, my handicap is a 6.7. I'd like to, well, I'll go handicap next one. Go ahead.
Yep. All right, my third one. I don't know if this is quite a correct number, but basically I want to average less putts per round. So, less than, if you do what I, I didn't keep track of my putts real well
Yeah.
this year, but average is less than 28 putts per round. So,
Ooh,
that's
ooh,
average.
that's
That,
tough.
yeah.
Like that's like I would say if I'm man, wow. If I was doing that goal, it's not one of my goals. If I got around 30 putts around, I'd be
Okay.
very, very happy.
We'll put that up.
28 is you're pushing 28, dude.
Yeah,
That's
because
that's
that's two
that's like what the pros do when they're winning. They shoot like 25 to 28 putts.
Okay. Okay.
Let me see.
Wait, scratch that.
Well, hold on a second. Oh, no, no. I think the numbers. I think the goal's good. I think the numbers. Let me see what my average of putts were in my last 20 rounds on my. I got my little stat keeper here, and I can give you a little.
What stat keeper do you?
I use my scorecard, and it
Cool.
keeps all my stats, and yeah, yeah, it says that.
My
So
scorecard, if you're listening, if you want some sponsors,
my scorecard is really good, really easy. I signed up for like 3 years to do it. So let me see here. So it gives me my stats. Let's see. So right now, where's it at here?
I
All
guess
right.
my whole point to that goal is less three putts. Put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. See, I got 5% three putts right now. So I got that. So I got three punted per last 20 scores is a 5% three putt, which isn't bad. Um, it doesn't give me the amount of putts I have, but if I look at my putts here, so let me go back to my round scoring. Let's see. Yeah, 27. Okay, so I shot what did I shoot? Home place was 77. I had 27 putts. That's really, really good. 32 putts at Highland, 29 putts at Puppy Creek, 34 at Forsyth Country Club, 31 at Holly Ridge. So you really want to be so
Like
79,
30.
30. See, I shot a 79 at Holly Ridge and had 35 putts. If I cut those down by five, I'm shooting 74.
So we'll say 32 putts per round.
32. I think that's a great number. You get 32 putts around, Scotty. That is less than that's less that's a 1.8
Really
average.
cut down
Pretty good.
on three putts.
Three putts are the kicker, yeah. Yeah.
And then
20, you're gonna go 27. Holy
no, I
cow.
said we're gonna go
You're gonna be
28,
kicking.
man. Hey man, you gotta dream high, dream big.
I agree. I agree. All right. So my next one, like I will talk handicap here. I have a 6.7 handicap right now. I'd like to be at a 6.0 by the end of the year. And I think if I drop my score down another stroke and a half, that should get me right under a 6.0 handicap.
Yep. Okay, so I got two left. My next one is really improve more. I basically improve my greens in regulation. For basically be a lot better from 150 yards and in. That's my key. When I'm good from 150 yards and in, I'm usually shooting in those high to mid 80s.
Hmm.
As you know, you played with me. As long as my putting's on. So
Yeah. And my last goal that I have here is my last goal is we go to the villages every year. We got to keep that trip going. We've already booked that one out. We're going to be going Memorial Day like we always go. We love it.
well, you booked
Um,
your plane ticket. I might be walking
you be, hey,
myself.
hey, I got a new travel bag. I'll just stuff you in that thing. We'll throw you underneath. It'll be great. But is to continue to play, to continue to do a spring or an early summer golf trip and then a fall golf trip.
Kind of like we
You know,
did this year.
we did Pinehurst this year. I would love to do Myrtle Beach for a 2 day, 2 night, play 3 rounds down at Myrtle Beach, in November
Hey,
sometime.
spring's coming up. Granted, their prices are more, but still.
Yeah, but if we go late November, like we did, depending on football schedules and stuff like that, it's always nice doing it in the fall because the village is the one that we really look for. That's kind of like our Masters, and then, but I had a lot of fun doing the one down at Pinehurst this year. I would love to keep doing that, and we can move it around a little bit. Go Charleston, Hilton Head one year. You know what I mean?
I'm
But
down.
Pinehurst.
I'll second Hilton Head. I love Hilton Head. Not that I've played there, but I love that
Yeah.
area.
So, but to do that, those are my 4 or 5 goals here that I have that are set up. What's your last one, buddy?
Last one, just kind of like you keep better stats. I've never really kept real good track of kept some, but not. It's mostly when I've been playing with you. But yeah, just keep better track of my stats. Kind of really figure out what my real handicap is too.
Yeah, my scorecard, you can put it, you can kind of set it any way you want to set it up. So I'll give you guys a little pin. I've been having it now for about 6 or 7 years. I've been re-signing up. I think I just signed up for a 3-year plan or something like that. The more years you sign up, the better price it is and stuff like that. I was like $30 or something like that for 3 years to do it. So it's pretty good to keep all your stats.
So that's it for kind of my goals. We'll look back on this video next year or at the end of next year and see how it turned out.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'll tell you right now, we're going to start our year off right though, aren't we?
Oh
We
man.
are playing
Hey, we're golfing on the first of the year.
golfing on the first of the year is the first thing that we're doing, which is going to be really, really
Thanks
exciting.
to our
And we
wives. We appreciate our wives letting us go. They
100%.
may not be too happy. They may be all right, but
They're excited because the girls are excited because then they're gonna go watch Wicked or something like that. So they're pumped up about that.
Wicked, I think Kendall went to see that. She said it was pretty good.
Yeah. So we are going to be playing, if you want to bring it up here, we're going to be playing our first round here over the East Course at the Grandover Resort out in I think it's in Greensboro.
Yep.
But what a great golf course. They have two courses there. They have an East and a West.
Can you see that?
Um, yep, yep. The East course is a little bit harder than the West course. It's about a stroke and a half harder, I think. Um, it is a really nice place. You can see the resort if you go up, scroll up just a little bit there. You see the
Yep.
resort in the background right there. Yep. And it's a great place to go play golf and
A good golf shot, a pretty good
great
golf
golf
shot. Great,
shop. Yep.
good driving range.
Yeah, they just redid the West greens. So there's the East and the West. They just redid the West greens this past year, but there's the East course right there. But it plays 7,200 yards from the tips. We usually play the blues there. Um, but they got a couple holes that are pretty tough and a couple holes that are a little easier. I think one of the coolest holes they have there is they have like 100-yard par three. I think it's hole 10 like 12, and it's like 100-yard downhill par three. And it is really, I mean, there's big tiers on it, so it depends on where you are in the tier. That's the first hole on the West course right there when you pull in.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
great little course.
you gotta hit over a creek here. There's the green right there.
Yeah, and the creek kind of
Yeah,
runs up in front. Yeah, it runs out in front of that green right there.
highways right there.
Yeah, but we love going out there and playing. They really treat you first class out there.
I would
Great
love
little
to have one of the houses out there.
yeah. Great little snack shack that we go and eat afterwards at the clubhouse right there. They have a little area where you can get some pool tables and some um you know, TVs and everything like that. We can watch the game. So we're gonna be heading out there on the first and I'm going to play. There's a driving range right there. It's a really great little spot.
Yes, it's yeah,
That's 18. That's 18 on the East course right there. It's really
one of
cool
our
place.
favorite courses in the area. I wish they had some more pictures of the course, but there's a little bit of some of the houses and stuff. But yeah, definitely if you're in the Greensboro area, a must play. Probably this and Bryan Park or
Ryan Park.
um
Two of the top places to play. Yep. I
yeah,
agree with you on
Winston
that.
Salem. You've got
Tanglewood. Got Tanglewood is a good one.
yep, yep. All right. Let me stop sharing the screen here. All right, so now we got to get into let's see, what do we got left? Basically
Picks.
our picks. That's it. Finish up with our picks. We haven't done picks in a few weeks, so let's get into that. But we got the college picks. We got a few college picks and then one NFL pick for this week and see how we did last time we picked them.
Hmm.
All right. Let me share the screen. All right, can you see that?
Yep.
All right, let's see how we did last time. So we both picked Army. I'm glad Navy won. Sorry Newberry, and I texted him after he won the game this week too. So I'm glad they beat OU in the bowl game. So
Yeah. Geez, I don't remember who won these games, man. This is like weeks
uh,
ago.
Army won this one.
Yeah. No, Navy won that. Navy won that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Navy won that one. Yeah, my bad. Um,
South Alabama won.
Yep.
South Dakota
Dakota
State
State.
won.
Yep.
Yep. And South Dakota won. Ooh, Scotty. Not good for you, buddy.
Yeah, you got +2, right?
Yep. I think the
Um,
Bucks beat the Chargers.
yeah, because we all picked the same.
Yep. Packers beat the Seahawks.
on the
Lions, yeah.
Bills one, right?
And the Eagles. Yep, yep. Bills won.
Uh,
No, Lions. Yeah, Bills beat the Lions. That's right. Bills beat the Lions.
and then PGA won this one.
Yeah, PGA won. Yep. So I won
So
two. So what am I up now?
you're up 3.
Ooh, boy, I told you, man. Just we get to the final holes. You just can't close it out, can you?
Let's see. Because you, yep.
Yep. Mm. All right. So what do we got here? So I'm picking first then, right?
Yep. All
Penn
right.
State,
Penn
Boise
State versus
State.
Boise State Fiesta Bowl.
I'm gonna go with Penn State here. I think Penn State's a really good football team. I for Boise State or some of these other smaller schools, or they're gonna have to do it first before I pick them. And I think Penn State is a really good team. I think they showed it this past game that they played. So I got Penn State winning this one.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna agree with you there. As much as I would like Boise State to win, I just, yeah, I'm kind of the same reason to be honest with you.
Yep.
All right, this one, oh man, um, gosh, this is a tough one because Texas has had some tough games and they've lost. They've had some tough games and won. ASU surprised a lot of people. Um, the Big 12 is a tough conference. As you know, Big 12 kind of knocks each other out each year, but it's not as strong as the SEC. I hate to pick Texas, but I think Texas probably win this game as much as I do not want them to win. I I I I would love Arizona State to win this one, but I don't think they're going to.
I picked Texas in the beginning of the year to win it all, and I'm not gonna stop yet.
That's what I thought. I
I
don't
think
think they're going to win it all, but
I think
anyways, that could
Texas
be
is good.
wrong. Yeah. Yeah, but they look at the 2 times they lost to the team, couple teams that are in the playoffs. So
So
I know,
Rose Bowl, big game. Ohio State versus Oregon.
man.
Um,
Yeah.
Oregon won the first meeting, right?
Hmm.
In Eugene. I'm going to pick Ohio State on this one. I think they're coming off a big win. Um, I think the Michigan game really kind of woke them up. I think Ryan Days, uh, they got a bitter taste in their mouth, and I'm going to pick Ohio State on this one. I think they're gonna pull it out.
I am going opposite with you with this one.
Oh,
I can't stand Ohio State. The only person I really like on Ohio State is their starting quarterback, Will Howard, just because he played at Kansas State, had pretty good career there. I wish him the best, but I've also kind of known what he did win a Big 12 championship, but he's also struggling sometimes in games like this. Struggled in the Michigan game this year against
yeah.
an unranked Michigan. Um, Kind of had a flop at the end of the Oregon game earlier this year too. So I do think Ohio State's going to be up for this. But I just I'm going with Oregon still on this one. Uh I do think this is a must win for Ryan Day. They don't make it all the way. I think he after losing to
Oof.
Michigan, he may be done if they don't win this. But I'm gonna go with Oregon pulling this out again. Hey, I hope they win. I need to get another one up on you, so we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy.
Oh man, this is a tough one. I think I'm gonna stick with Georgia on this one. SEC school. Georgia has had a couple losses. Notre Dame is playing well. They've played really well. Had a lot of good games and blowouts since they lost to Northern Illinois. This is kind of a toss up for me,
Yeah.
but um, you know, I just I'm gonna stick with Georgia on this one, even though they're going with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going to make this interesting. I'm going to pick Notre Dame for this one, and here's why. And if a smart person would say, you'd say just pick Georgia and pick whatever he picks, because then you probably won't lose. I know that, but I think losing Carson Beck is a huge hit for Georgia. Um, that's going to hurt. And I think Notre Dame is playing really good football right now. Um, I think they're a good team. Got a good quarterback. That kid's running all over the place. He's playing good ball. So I'm gonna pick Notre Dame in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Georgia just because mostly the competition level that Georgia's faced compared to Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame's
Yeah,
had some blowouts, but and they, I mean, as much as you love or hate to say it, Georgia plays in the SEC and
they do.
they're still
You're
in
right.
there. So,
You're right.
yeah, they're gonna have a backup quarterback, but hey, Beck's also struggled a little bit too, so they might
Yes.
be better. So
Yep.
we'll see.
We'll
It's
see.
gonna be Anderson. So
All right, NFL game. We only have one NFL game on the slate. The only one that really everybody's gonna be watching here. We got Detroit at or Minnesota at Detroit for the number one seed, NFC Central, and pretty much all the marbles here for this. So I am really excited about it. I am going to pick Detroit. I think Detroit is really good. Their defense worries me. It really, really does. But it's at home. That place is going to be irate. You know that, right? It is going to be lit. And Detroit needs this. Detroit needs this because they need that extra week. And I think if they get it, they have a real good shot of at least getting to the Super Bowl if not winning it. I think if Minnesota gets it, I think it opens up the NFC to a lot of things. I said this before. I don't know if I trust Sam Darnold yet, but he's proven me wrong every single week. But I'm going to pick Detroit on this one.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with you too for the same reasons. A, I have personal connections with Detroit. I wish some of their staff members the best that I've worked with in the past and college sports. But so yeah, I hope they pull this one out too. I think Dan Campbell has done a great job. They obviously had a good comeback tonight
Yeah, they just beat San
and
Francisco.
ended up playing well. So Detroit's gonna be rocking. Would be cool to see them make it to the Super Bowl. So. Uh,
Yep,
It'd be cool, really, to see either of these teams make it to the Super Bowl,
they
but
would. They would.
especially Detroit. So I'm gonna go with Detroit on this one too.
I
All
like it.
right, that's our picks for the week, and pretty much
That's it,
basically
man.
these
2024
are
done.
2024. We got the podcast up and going. Yeah, we know we need some
That's
improvement,
okay.
but who
Hey,
cares?
baby steps.
You're
Baby
getting some.
steps.
You're getting some likes. You're getting some
Yeah,
watches. Uh, you know,
probably everybody that I know.
yeah, we
It's-
appreciate the support, the non-support, whatever. So but anyways, the most important thing is enjoy the game of golf, have fun with your family and friends, and just make it enjoyable. That's why we do this, because we love the sport and love spending time, out on the course with friends and family. So
Happy New Year, everybody. Have a
yep,
good
happy New
one.
Year.
See you.
Everybody be safe. Don't drink and drive. And
Yes, do not
yep,
drink and drive. We'll see you in 2025.
that's right. All right.